Uncle Petya, a truck driver, suffers from reflux esophagitis. It's a fancy word, I'll tell you, but the feeling is not great. All this stuff rises up after eating and burns, and there's such a sour taste. Well, it's just unbearable. Uncle Petya went to the doctor and he was prescribed proton pump inhibitors. The name again isn't the best, but the thing is, it got better, though not for long. Uncle Petya didn't change his lifestyle, and as a result, the symptoms are worsening. That is, they returned, even though he was taking proton pump inhibitors and reducing his stomach acidity. Subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and watch this video until the end. I'll tell you which vitamin permanently solves the problem of reflux esophagitis by closing the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach. And now let's look at what is actually happening with our truck driver, Uncle Petya. If you happen to miss any of the previous videos about stomach health, I really encourage you to watch them right now. And then come back here, so you can fully understand that having a poor diet truly does nothing good for the lining of your stomach and makes it much harder for your stomach lining to function peacefully and properly. Adding proton pump inhibitors, yes, removes the problem because we reduce stomach acidity. We sort of extinguish it. Well, basically baking soda, yes, grandpa's method might also help for a while. Then all the symptoms worsen. Once acidity is reduced, that feeling is gone. Let's see what happens next. For stomach health, a range of minerals and vitamins is needed. Remember, potassium, sodium, chlorine, zinc, calcium, vitamin C, B9, B12, actually a whole range. What we need for the mitochondria in the stomach to work, specifically for these proton pumps and motility to function correctly, somehow shuts down after we start using proton pump inhibitors. By reducing stomach acidity, we disrupt the absorption and assimilation of vitamins and minerals from food. And now I'll tell you a pure fact from mitochondrial medicine. Let's turn to a phenomenon known as nitrostress. Too much nitric oxide and nitric oxide radicals as a consequence. It's similar to oxidative stress. It's like inflammation. Too much waste is produced by our mitochondrial furnaces because they cannot function with a deficiency of vitamins and minerals. As a result, we end up with a lot of nitric oxide. In people who suffer from reflux esophagitis, high concentrations of nitric oxide have been found in their exhaled air. Why am I mentioning this? I'll explain now. The thing is, between the esophagus and the stomach, there's a specific sphincter that's supposed to close once food has passed through, so the stomach can work quietly in its own environment. There's no backflow upward. That sphincter stays closed. But when we have too much nitric oxide, it causes the muscle tissue to dilate. Lots of nitric oxide, think further down through the levels of the stomach. That's flatulence. The walls simply can't follow the rules of normal peristalsis anymore, which means moving in one direction and maintaining muscle tone. So the muscle tone drops because of the nitric oxide. And the point here is that this nitric oxide actually does not help the sphincter to close. And now for the climax. There's a vitamin that instantly, right away, reduces high concentrations of nitric oxide when they're excessive. If we use proton pump inhibitors and lower stomach acidity, then this vitamin isn't even absorbed from food, not to mention if you're not taking it at all. And that is vitamin B12. Now, let's take our truck driver, Petya, and I prescribe him vitamin B12 every day, drops under the tongue. We'll see from 500, maybe up to 2,000 micrograms, until the symptoms of reflux esophagitis go away. According to many mitochondrial medicine doctors, this specific symptom of reflux esophagitis disappears right before your eyes with the use of the vitamin. Some people need more because the deficiency is deeper and the symptoms are more severe. Others need less. After that, once the reflux is completely gone, we switch to maintenance doses for a week. But pay attention, this is only symptomatic therapy. We've closed the sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach. If a problem remains in the stomach, it needs to be solved, and in an eco-friendly way too. So for starters, we recommend a proper diet, say with plenty of cabbage. Truck driver Petya will have to keep a small jar of sauerkraut in his truck, stew some cabbage, learn to love broccoli, and likely, at the mitochondrial level, the absorption of vitamins and minerals from food will improve. We'll also prescribe him some dietary supplements. Yes, exactly, supplements, and we won't kill him with antibiotics or proton pump inhibitors. And I hope very soon he'll say thank you to us for that. We'll be concerned about Uncle Petya's stomach acidity because sooner or later we'll need to start absorbing protein properly. Without protein, you simply can't build anything good in the body or solve any problem. While the proton pump inhibitors are working and those very pumps are being renewed, we'll prescribe him ginger. Ginger effectively stimulates the gastrointestinal tract. Moreover, it also helps protect the sensitive mucous membranes. We'll see how the mucous membrane reacts to ginger, but nevertheless, it's a very good substance. Ginger teas, adding ginger to some food products when you're cooking a meal. The supplement betaine hydrochloride might also work well. It stimulates gastric secretion. Now I'm talking about an interesting thing, right? He's complaining to us about acid that's rising up. But the thing is, with low stomach acidity, the sensation of acid during heartburn or reflux persists. After all, you don't know the acidity, right? What the pH value is of that acid you feel when there's not enough acid, and this lack of coordination occurs, along with the likelihood of reflux to the upper levels. So we'll try betaine hydrochloride, which will stimulate stomach acidity. He will probably feel very good on it as well. And we can always adjust the dosage if needed, or perhaps some natural stimulants such as ginger, tomato juice, and a variety of other plant-based components will be sufficient. Let's teach him to eat kiwi. Kiwi naturally contains a large amount of acids and enzymes that help digest, for example, meat products as well. Don't forget that working with Uncle Petya, the truck driver, is quite individual. Something might work for him and something might not. We'll decide that one-on-one personally. For you, though, it's interesting as an example. Just listen to my recommendations. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new interesting videos. Give us a like and write in the comments if you've heard of this way to get rid of reflux esophagitis. And that's all for today. See you soon.